327 Bitcoin. That's what David Harper owned in 2013. He bought them for $11 each. Total investment, $3,597. Today, those same Bitcoin would be worth over $16 million. But David doesn't have them anymore. He sold them all in 2014 for $80,000, bought a new truck, and went on vacation. This is the story of the biggest financial regret of his life, and what we can all learn from the mistake that haunts him every single day. David was 31 years old when Bitcoin first caught his attention. It was late 2012. He was working as an IT specialist at a regional hospital in Portland, Oregon. He made $62,000 a year, had a small apartment, drove a 15-year-old Honda, and lived a quiet, unremarkable life. He wasn't into investing. He didn't follow the stock market. He had about $12,000 in savings and no real plan for what to do with it. Then one night, he was browsing a tech forum and saw a post about Bitcoin. Someone wrote, "This is going to change everything. Digital currency that no government can control. Get in now before it's too late." David clicked on the links. Read about blockchain technology. Watched YouTube videos explaining how it worked. It sounded crazy. Digital money that only existed on computers? No banks involved? Transactions verified by solving complex math problems? But something about it felt real. He spent 3 weeks researching, reading white papers, watching debates, trying to understand if this was a scam or something revolutionary. Finally, he made a decision. In January 2013, Bitcoin was trading at around $11. He took $3,597 from his savings account and bought 327 Bitcoin. His friends thought he was insane. His girlfriend said, "You just threw away $3,000 on fake internet money." His dad said, "David, this sounds like a pyramid scheme." But David believed in it, not because he thought he'd get rich, but because the technology made sense to him. He stored his Bitcoin in a digital wallet, wrote down his private keys on a piece of paper, and put it in a fireproof safe. Then he waited. By March 2013, Bitcoin hit $40. David checked his wallet. His $3,597 investment was now worth $13,080. He couldn't believe it. He told his girlfriend, "See, I wasn't crazy." She said, "Okay, now sell it. You just made $10,000. Take the win." But David didn't sell, because he'd been reading the Bitcoin forums every night. And everyone was saying the same thing. This is just the beginning. Bitcoin is going to $1,000. If you sell now, you'll regret it forever. So he held. By April 2013, Bitcoin hit $260. David's investment was now worth $85,020. He stared at his computer screen in disbelief. $85,000. From $3,597. In 3 months. His girlfriend said, "David, please sell. This is life-changing money. We could pay off my student loans, put a down payment on a house." But David said, "Not yet. Everyone says it's going to $1,000. If I sell now, I'm leaving hundreds of thousands on the table." She didn't understand, but David was convinced. He'd found online communities of Bitcoin believers, people who called themselves hodlers, hold on for dear life. They shared memes. They encouraged each other. They mocked anyone who sold early. Weak hands get shaken out. Diamond hands get rich. David wanted diamond hands. By November 2013, Bitcoin hit $1,195. David's 327 Bitcoin were now worth $390,765, nearly $400,000. He quit checking his wallet every hour. It was too overwhelming. He told his parents. They didn't believe him at first. Then he showed them the wallet balance. His mom cried. His dad said, "Son, you need to sell some of this. This is generational wealth." But David said, "It's going to $10,000. Everyone agrees. I just need to be patient." His girlfriend had stopped arguing. She'd started planning their future. A house, a wedding, maybe starting a business. David felt like a genius. Then in December 2013, something happened. China announced regulations on Bitcoin. The price dropped from $1,195 to $600 in 2 weeks. David watched his wallet balance drop from $390,000 to $196,200. He lost nearly $200,000 in 2 weeks. But the forums told him, don't panic. This is just a correction. Buy the dip. Diamond hands. So he held. By January 2014, Bitcoin stabilized around $800. David's wallet was worth $261,600. Still an incredible gain. But watching it drop from $400,000 had shaken him. His girlfriend said, David, please. Let's cash out half. Keep half if you want. But secure some of this. David said, no. Selling now means I accept the loss. It'll go back up. It always does. But doubt was creeping in. By February 2014, Bitcoin dropped to $550. David's wallet, $179,850. By March, it was at $450. David's wallet, $147,150. He'd gone from nearly $400,000 to $147,000 in 4 months. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't focus at work. All he could think about was the money disappearing. His girlfriend said, we need to talk. She sat him down and said, I love you, but this is destroying you. Sell half. Please. Let's take some money off the table and breathe. David looked at her, looked at the charts, looked at the forums where people were still saying hold, hold, hold. And he made his decision. In April 2014, Bitcoin was at $420. David sold all 327 Bitcoin. Total cash out, $137,340. After taxes, he walked away with about $80,000. He'd turned $3,597 into $80,000 in 15 months. A 22x return. Most people would call that a massive win. But David felt sick. Because he remembered when it was worth $400,000. And he'd watched it drop and held on too long. He and his girlfriend used $20,000 as a down payment on a house. He spent $30,000 on a brand new Ford F-150 truck. He took her on a 3-week vacation to Europe. Cost $12,000. The rest went into savings. They were happy. The Bitcoin stress was over. Life felt normal again. But David kept checking the price. By January 2015, Bitcoin was at $200. David felt relief. See? I got out at the right time. It's crashing. By August 2015, it was at $225. David stopped checking. He'd made the right call. Then 2016 happened. Bitcoin started climbing again. $400, $600, $900. By December 2016, it hit $1,000 again. David felt a small pang of regret. But he told himself, I made $80,000. That's still a win. Then 2017 happened. Bitcoin went from $1,000 to $5,000. Then $10,000. Then $15,000. By December 2017, Bitcoin hit $19,800. David did the math. 327 Bitcoin times $19,800 equals $6,474,600. $6.5 million. He'd sold for $80,000. He sat in his truck in the driveway and cried. His wife found him there. She said, David, you can't do this to yourself. We have a house. We have savings. We're doing well. He said, I had $6 million. And I sold it for $80,000. She said, you didn't know? Nobody knew. But that didn't make it hurt less. The worst part? Bitcoin kept going up. By 2021, it hit $69,000. 327 Bitcoin would have been worth $22,563,000. Over $22 million. From a $3,597 investment. David had sold for $80,000 and bought a truck. Today, David is 43 years old. He still works as an IT specialist. Still lives in the same house. Still drives the same truck, though it's not so new anymore. Bitcoin is currently around $50,000. His 327 Bitcoin would be worth $16,350,000. He thinks about it every single day. Not because he's broke. He's not. He and his wife are doing fine. But because he knows he held the winning lottery ticket and threw it away. People ask him, "Do you regret buying Bitcoin?" He says, "No. I regret selling it." "Would you buy Bitcoin again?" "No. Because I'd just make the same mistake. I'd sell too early again." The painful truth David learned is this: making money isn't the hard part. Holding on to it is. So what can we learn from David's story? 3 critical lessons. Lesson 1. Take profits on the way up, but never sell everything. David's biggest mistake wasn't selling Bitcoin. It was selling all of it. If he'd sold half at $400,000, he'd have had $200,000 cash and kept 163 Bitcoin. Today, those 163 Bitcoin would be worth $8,150,000. He'd have the security of cash and the upside of holding. Instead, he went all or nothing. And he lost everything. The lesson: when you're up big, take some profits. Secure your gains. But leave some in the game. You don't have to choose between sell everything or hold everything. Sell 25%. Sell 50%. But keep some skin in the game. That way, you win either way. Lesson 2. Ignore the crowd when making personal financial decisions. David held too long because the forums told him to. Diamond hands never sell. Weak hands get shaken out. But those people didn't know David's situation. They didn't know his stress. They didn't know his life. They were playing with their own money and their own risk tolerance. David should have made his decision based on what was right for him, not what strangers on the internet told him to do. The lesson: online communities can provide information, but they can't make decisions for you. If your investment is causing you stress, affecting your relationships, and keeping you up at night, it doesn't matter what the crowd says. Do what's right for your life. Lesson 3. Regret is expensive, but it's not the end. David could have let this destroy him. He could have become bitter, depressed, obsessed with what he lost. Instead, he used the $80,000 to build a good life. A house. A marriage. Stability. Yes, he missed out on millions. That's painful. But he didn't go into debt. He didn't lose his original investment. He didn't ruin his life chasing it back. The lesson: you'll make mistakes with money. Everyone does. Some mistakes will haunt you. That's okay. What matters is what you do next. Do you let regret consume you? Or do you learn from it and move forward? David chose to move forward. And that's why, even though he lost millions on paper, he's still doing okay. So that's David's story. From $3,597 to nearly $400,000 to $80,000 to missing out on $16 million. The biggest financial regret of his life. Not because he failed, but because he succeeded and didn't hold on long enough. If you're investing in anything, crypto, stocks, real estate, remember this: the hardest part isn't finding the opportunity. It's knowing when to take profits and when to hold. David learned that lesson the hard way. He hopes you don't have to.